It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddy S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S.
Welcome. Boy, this is loud. I love it.
Right?
Welcome to the Midday Show. Yes, we're a little bit behind. We got some special
right on
guests
time.
and stuff. No, we're not.
Right on time for today, yes.
Welcome. I want to lead off the bat by just announcing that this portion of the show is brought to you by Gen X. And I saw that Gen X put out a new spot, and I laced it out there, and people are actually responding.
Fantastic.
So I don't seem so thrilled.
I love my Gen X.
She didn't know that was coming.
I look forward to my Gen X every morning. Ever see the commercial where on TV it says, I do it every day? We would do it every night. This whole commercial, you're like, what are they doing? And they're running their dishwasher. I look forward to my Gen X every day because I tell you, I look in the mirror in the morning, she's going to be laughing at me. I look in, I'm like, what are those puffy eyes you have? It's like, like the wolf in Goldilocks. What is that I see in the mirror? And then I go in my refrigerator, I pull out my Gen X, I put it in my hands, then I pat it under my eyes and on my face, and it just is so nice and cool and refreshing. And then primer, makeup layered, and I use the Brooklyn 50% off.
And you get 50% off.
And if you order them together, that's already $50, and then you get another 50% off, and you're saving a ton of money.
You weren't supposed to say that. That was the secret.
Well, I have to share
So
my
now
secret.
now it's a third off. I mean, you pay a third.
So I had to share my secrets. That was a great deal.
So if you have luggage on your face, do me a favor. Order it.
Yes.
Order this stuff, and all the bags disappear. I'm not even allowed to say this anymore because she gets mad at me. But there was a time that Dawn had about 15 pounds of bags on her face, and you started using this stuff, and miraculously,
It's an incredible product.
It is. I'm going to stop staring now.
I use it every day. I know. I look forward every day, every morning. I get to open my refrigerator. Most people get food out of it. No, I take my Gen X out. Eye cream, face cream, Gen X, GENIX beauty.com. Check it out. Use promo code Brooklyn50 to get 50% off. Easy. And that you get it within 2 days. What's she laughing at?
It's good for the ankles.
And it's good for Freddy's ankles.
It is. But I don't know. But it is. And guys, men have more drier spots than women. But a man is never going to say, let me put this cream on. A guy doesn't do that. Not any guy I know anyway is going to say
Men have
that.
more drier spots than women.
Men have we're like a minefield. Certain parts.
Take care of their bodies as much as
We don't.
It's probably true.
Soap and water sometimes hits.
I don't know. Look at my elbow. I don't know what I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something. That looks ugly.
And then I dropped the ladder on my foot the other day. Remember you told me don't move the ladder?
You mean the one back there that you and this one decided to move?
No, when I was moving it with you. Remember you saw me trying to put your lunch in the fridge and I moved the ladder and you told me don't do it?
So
I went home and I got a bruise and a cut on my foot from moving that ladder like an inch.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm not built for construction.
Somebody came in here and put the ladder and they left. They forgot to put it back. So this Einstein decides to take my lunch.
Well, it was blocking the refrigerator.
Because I couldn't open the refrigerator because the ladder was in front of it. So she grabs the bag. She moves the ladder with the bag. She opens the fridge. She has one foot with the fridge open, putting the bag in, and the other arm was holding the ladder.
Look at my foot.
And I took a picture of this, but I don't want to post it because I know that, but you're nuts. So I say, what are you doing? I'm putting your lunch in the fridge. It was hilarious.
It was 94 degrees in here, and I'm thinking your lunch has to be in the refrigerator because how are you going to eat? I know.
Thank you,
I was
Mom.
more worried about you than anybody.
Thank you, Mom. I know you sent me out, and you said you were coming with me to the place, and you never showed up.
Because then we had a 4-hour shoot. This one puts on her gym clothes. It was
Gym clothes, she melted.
We
She
all
used to be
melted.
this tall. When I came back, she was this tall. I says, you're melting.
We melted it, but we did it. We got through. It was a great shoot, and then you went on part 2 yesterday.
Which was amazing. I got to tell you something. Gato and Jay took me to school yesterday. They were shooting around. Jay was in Gato's pocket because she had the boom. He was moving this camera. He gives me a 400-pound camera. I'm going to tell you something. I got blisters on my blisters.
I see a bicep there.
Yeah.
Do I see one?
I'm going to tell you, I got home last night.
Lady's getting a whole new view of us.
I got home last night, and I couldn't open the door. My arms were like hanging down so far. I was dragging them behind me. Ever seen that commercial?
You were dragging last night during Sarah. I know. G-Man and I were running around. He was on the couch.
And I love
Chloe.
Chloe.
And he's texting Jay from one room because he couldn't get up and move.
And I love Chloe. Is there something wrong? I said, Chloe, I can't move my arms. But today is all good. No, I was fine. I was just tired. It was a long day. It was a long shoot. And this is Perla's episode for some production company up in New York. We had a lot of fun doing it. We went to her store. I was showing Mona Lisa over here, her store, how beautiful it is, all the different parts and everything else. It was nice. Yes?
Jay?
You like the store?
Yeah, that's great.
Tell Freddie you need to write into your contract food and water break.
Yeah, we're going to change how we do this from now. There's going to be some sandwiches because we had the Sahara Desert.
When I first met Freddie, he got us this great gig at the West Palm Beach Auditorium. It was amazing. I was like, they paid us for things. I went, what? 4 days. It was only you and me, and you hired someone to move equipment. Mm-hmm. And after the 4th day of not eating, of me doing straight interviews, I could see when I went to stand up, the room started going like this. And I said to you, from now on, we're building lunch into my contract.
Well, what it is that they had her going on from 10 to 2, so there was no time for lunch. You can't eat when you're on the set. So the 4th day, by 1:30, she was... I never quite saw you in that light again. You were like, okay.
Anyway,
okay, we got to go.
We got to go. You have a big show lined up for today. You've got some exciting things happening. One of our other shows might be moving syndication.
Yes.
Which is pretty exciting.
Do you want to let
Different
the bag
states.
on that?
No, she's not here yet. When she comes, we're going to talk. But
Syndication.
you also have Carolina joining us. She has her store called Guides and Angels in the Boynton Beach Mall. Spiritual medium, how do you describe yourself, Carolina?
Spiritual channel.
Spiritual channel, so.
Now, it was Brianna. Remember Brianna? Is
Yes.
the one who took us there. And Brianna took us into the store. And I met her daughter.
Okay.
Not her.
Abril.
Yes, and your daughter was nice enough to give us the lowdown. She showed me the back room where you do your stuff. And I told her to tell you to come and sit with us. And she says, okay. And I didn't hear nothing.
That's a while ago, maybe 6 months ago.
So then I waited and I waited. And I went to have lunch at the Boynton Mall because I had some other ideas. And I met her. And yes, the landlord did call me.
I let her know, and
She
she
did
said
call
that
me.
she left you a message,
Yes.
but you didn't answer.
I haven't answered yet because everything is in timing. So there was a time that we went up during COVID. We used to be open. It was her, me, and Teddy because the radio station with FCC license, you can't close this down. It's part of the radio network. And we went up to Boynton, and I wanted to do a show there
In the Boynton Beach?
in the Boynton Beach where the machine is, the horses,
playground?
the carousel.
The carousel.
And I wanted to do a show there. So she called me, and she doesn't remember me. I said, yeah, I spoke to you, but it's okay. I'm going to get back to her. I'm going to call her back to do something up at the mall. But anyway, so I got up there, and I saw her, and I said, would you come? And then her and her husband, they couldn't fit the schedule. And that was 1 week, 2 weeks. And then I asked again, and she says, okay, I'll see you Thursday. And that was last week. And I said, let me see if she shows up. And here she is.
She did, all right.
And she's magical.
Thank you.
All right, so before we get into her magicalness, we're going to take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and we come back. We're giving you time to call in 888-994-4995 because she's magical and she does readings. She does numerology and a whole lot of other great things. It's been an interesting morning here in the studio of numbers and birthdays and finding out who we are. I think she found out a whole lot more than she
No, we're gonna lead
realized
off
when
with
she
you.
got here.
She
All right.
talked about this place.
More to come. We'll be right back.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
At Gen X, we believe skincare should be both powerful and purposeful. Beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. Powered by women, made for everyone. Packed with bovine placenta, a rare regenerative ingredient rich in growth factors and nutrients. Infused with collagen peptides and hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, and coconut oil. Each ingredient is powerful on its own, but even better together. Feel the science, see the glow. Shop Gen X now at genxbeauty.com.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilson Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilson Art Gallery today.
Looking for a fun, delicious escape the whole family will love? Welcome to Sinful Crepes in Boynton Beach, where sweet meets savory in every bite. From classic Nutella dreams to loaded breakfast crepes, plus a full lineup of rich, bold coffee, there's something for everyone. Kids can even color their very own 3D printed bulldog while you sip and savor. Yes, 3D printed, colorful bulldogs you can take home. Visit us today at 1050 East Gateway Boulevard, Suite 103, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call at 561-509-7309 to order ahead. See you soon. Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
He heard you.
Ay, my arms are killing me.
All right, you ready to get into this?
Let's see what we got.
So you met Carolina at the Boynton Beach Mall, and the store is called Guides and Angels. So she's here to join us, Carolina Alexandr, and learn. I've learned in the spiritual realm, everyone who shares their gift shares it in a different way, but yet the messages are still delivered if you're open to receiving them. So let's bring Carolina over and see what she's got. Welcome to the studio. Carolina, it is a pleasure to have you with us.
Hi.
and it's funny because I told Carolina she didn't even have to be on air. And now you have all this.
I didn't even know she was coming.
I didn't tell you.
But she and I were chit-chatting a little bit this morning, which is pretty interesting. You know how you always tease me that I can never sit in a meeting for more than 10 minutes? She says, you can't sit in a meeting very long, can you? I said, nope. She says, but it doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. I'm processing as I'm doing other things, and then I come back, and then I leave.
But why does she do that, Carolina? Why does she get up?
Because the number that she has is number 5 in numerology. Numerology moves ups and downs. You know, the frequency that she had is the middle of the numbers from 1 to 9. So she's in the middle. Sometimes she can say, okay, I want to know this, and in the next moment she can change. But she's a person that also born in Aries. So that means that she's a leader by nature. So if you have that combination, it's like she moves like this. Because sometimes she knows exactly what she wants to know, what she wants to do, but maybe later she said, I'm lost, I don't know where to go and what to do. If she's not in control of something, she's gonna feel like she needs to get out because it's not the way that she felt comfortable.
Comfortable. Yeah, they have a word for that. It's called confusion.
Yeah,
but the problem is that we're the ones that get confused.
She thinks too fast.
Oh, I'm
so
very fast.
That's why when
she goes from first to 5.
Yeah, but the difference with you is that you are more like this. So you know, you have more structured mind. It's the way that I explain the situation in your number is number 4. So you have like everything have to go in this way. But you are born in Pisces, no? If I am not wrong. So that means that you feel things. So you use your intuition to go exactly, you know, in the step by step what you need to do. She goes more in the moment. That is the difference. You have to plan everything. She knows, she acts more, you know, in the moment. She creates something and she say, okay, this is gonna work. And most of the time, you know that she's right. It doesn't matter that, yeah, most of the time she's right. No, she's right with ideas. Yeah, she's
no,
very
she
good.
is right. She's the more practical.
Yeah, she don't talk too much, but when she says something,
she talks plenty.
No. But when she says, okay, let's gonna go this way, it's because she already knows that is the way that you have to go.
She anticipates the end, where I sort of let the end come to me. She anticipates the end. I get that. I've learned about that with Dawn for years. That's why I say to her, it may take 6 months to do a deal, but it gets done. And then she'll say, wow, I can't believe you got it done. Because she already has said it's over.
I've already done 10 things while he's still working on the one. Like you, he met you 6 months ago. Me, I've done 10 other things between the time he met you and today. But he, in his mind, he knew he wanted you to come here. I didn't even know you were coming. But that's kind of, but she thinks you're like the more structured one than me. Isn't that funny?
It's my OCD.
I
It's
never
like-
even see you
it's
as
in boxes.
structured.
I'm very structured.
You see him as structured?
I'm very structured.
Write on napkins.
That's an art form. You know how hard it is to write a contract on a napkin?
You're right.
I mean, try it.
So people who think you just fly by the seat of your pants, and I say that because you've said that about yourself,
I don't
is
care
not
what they
true.
think.
She says you're very structured and organized.
And it's funny because I've had people that I've done business with 15, 18 years ago, and they're back. They're here. They stay. I have a show that's been running for 8 years, another one for 7 years. They stay. I may take a little while to get there. Marsha Teal, 8.5 years, but they stay. They stay with me. Because it doesn't matter if you have somebody and you do a deal and 24 hours later they leave. There was no deal. I'd rather have something in the long term.
You know when the things are gonna work because you can feel things and you go more with your feelings, not with your mind. So the beginning is the idea, come to your mind. But then you say, okay, that makes any sense for me or not. So you go with the feeling. That is the point of the connection. Go with what you feel. My point is to help the people, to help them to say, okay, no, think the things before, you know, you take action. Just try to feel, works or not. If you feel that is gonna work here, so you can move. It doesn't matter if there is a mistake because it's something that you need to move to the next level. Because if you don't do that, you don't know, because always you are gonna ask, what happened if I, you know, the other way that I knew it. Most of the people who come to the store, they knew exactly what they're supposed to do, but they don't go with the feeling. They overthink, you know, too much. And that is most of the time the mistakes. Because they want to know what happened if I went to the other side.
You know,
it's
really interesting that you bring this up because part of what we do in here is we educate students. That's how a lot of the kids that came in here, they came in as students. And part of the things that we want to educate them to do is to trust themselves.
Exactly.
It's to feel you don't have to have fear. as something because you are the best at what you do.
But we are
Remember?
coming from a different generation. That
yes.
that is another conversation. That's why.
You're right, but they will listen to your words of wisdom before they will listen to mine. You understand? So the object of the whole structure of all of this is to take those that are in studio today and find out what number they are, and that they have to believe in their gift. They have to choose to believe.
That is right.
Because it doesn't happen just because you want it to happen. You sort of got to touch on that. And if you don't believe in it, it's never going to work. You can make believe you want all you want, but you can't fool yourself, you know? And maybe that's why you're here. It's to sort of give a drop of confidence, a drop of belief that you can do whatever
That is
you believe.
very important word, belief, because the people, most of the time, all people, they don't know the reason that they are here because they never listen inside. They try to follow rules, they try to follow in the way that they grow up, but no, because the truth inside of them. You know, what exactly is what makes them happy? When you ask the people most of the time, what makes you happy, they say, I don't know. And that is sad. Because most of the time, they are at the end, and they don't know what they came here to live this experience. And my point is to help the people to say, okay, who you are, you have the answer inside. I'm trying to decode the message. But you have to know what is inside of you, because nobody can tell you that. You know, it's like, for example, I'm going to tell you this stunt is good for you, but you don't feel. It's not going to work because no connection. There's no connection inside. You have to feel the answer, the people, the work, everything, is guiding here. When you are happy, that is the sign. When you are not happy, you have to ask why, so you can make change. Other people don't want to make the choice to move, so they assume the consequences of that. It's nothing bad or good. It's just consequences of your decisions. If you want something different, you have to act in a different way. When the people say, but this life I never found love, I say, okay, what did you do? You have to do the opposite, because in your way, it's not the right way. Maybe it works for others, but it's not going to work for you.
Now, does that change day to day? So if I did something that didn't work today, if I do the same something in 4 years, maybe it works, or it's not going to work. It's just not my DNA. It doesn't work. Spiritually, it's just not going to work for me.
Say it again, because
If I do something today, it didn't work, and I try again later on in life, the same something, would it change? This thing,
depends if how mature you are, because in 4 years you change a lot.
So it's perspective.
Yeah, you have to see. For example, today I'm going to try something that I don't have the experience. But in 4 years, because I assume and I face different mistakes or the results, I'm going to try to do different things, but to get the same goal, but in different way.
Well, right, you had a studio how many years ago?
Many.
It didn't work. You closed that one in the tower.
In the what tower? At the radio station?
On 18th Street.
Oh, yes. I had a studio at the 18th Street, and I had a lady who, her husband owned it, and she was a spiritual guide of some sort, I don't know. And I had a beautiful studio, it was humongous. And I used to do production in there, and yes, I closed that one because it didn't work.
But how many years later, you make it work?
And then I went to the radio station. But in all these places, I learned how to stream with
That's
radio.
what I tried to explain you, because when you are not ready, but you have the sensation that it's gonna work, but you are not ready, you have to wait the process. So that's why the soul is eternal. You don't have time. The time exists here.
Right.
But as a soul, you don't have time. You have the eternity. So you can make a lot of mistakes and come back and try different things and know more and get more knowledge. Yeah. That is the reason that we are here, to get experience, to get knowledge.
Yeah, I have forgotten about 18th Street. 18th Street was my son and I, we were trying green screen, live studio audience, multiple sets. So that it was big enough to have dual sets. Like you have different sets here, all of that. Different cameras. And then we had to shoot all of that to the radio station. Nobody ever did that back in the day. And we bombed. It didn't work. It was Chinese. And then we came up with a formula. My son was only 15 years old at the time when we were doing that on 18th Street. He was 15. He was a gamer. He was busy with me, with his father, trying to figure out how to make this thing work. But I knew that it would work. I knew it would work. And here we are now. Everybody streams. It's on your phone. It's everywhere. You watch games and everything is on your phone. Back 23 years ago is when I wanted to do it. But the world wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, but you trust in yourself. That's
I
why
do.
you still. But most of the people, they don't get it because they don't trust. You know, at the first problem, they say, okay, maybe it's not for me. But they know that they like it and they know that they enjoy that. But they don't want to pay the price because it's hard. If it's going to be easy, everybody's going to be success.
Wow, that sounds familiar.
You know? But when you are there, for example, the Capricorn people, they have to pay the price, double price, than the rest of the people when they want something. Because I'm going to try to explain how I explain my people. It's like a funny way, but that is the best way that I found to explain the situation. When your soul is in Capricorn, for example, and you want to get something, everything is going to be hard most of the time for Capricorn people to get something, because they have to learn how to don't give up in this life. So that's why it's more complicated. So Saturn, that rules Capricorn, is going to try to put you down every time that you want something. That's the way that I explain to people. And they understand most of the time that, oh, that is true. Yes, because it's not easy life for them. They are hard worker people. Everybody knows that. But when the soul burns in that zodiac sign, it's because wants to learn something. It's different with Aries people. It's different with the other zodiac signs. But the point is, when you know that, you are not fighting with yourself. You don't feel like a victim of the life that, oh, for me it's hard than for others. No, you said because it was your goal to get whatever you decide.
It's funny because G-Man's a Capricorn, right? And
Things
I think
everywhere.
he has this internal,
Conflict.
exactly what you're talking about, right? He's pushing so hard to get where he wants to go. And then there's always like a speed bump.
That's why nobody have to compare with nobody, because we don't know what that soul is learning and try to get. It's like, for example, I use numerology to open the charts. But you cannot compare number 3 with number 9. It's not fair, you know, because the knowledge of number 3 is completely different than number 9. So most of the time when the people don't know that, the number 9 are going to judge number 3. Oh, you don't do this in the right way. But they don't understand that they have a different point of view, different knowledge, you know, and they learn from each other, because we need all of us to get balance and to learn from everybody.
Because I think you and you have learned to trust your instincts when you can, that you know intrinsically this is going to work, right?
He feels that.
At their age, at least I didn't know it was going to, whatever it was going to work. And if I hit that conflict of a low and it didn't work and someone brought me even lower, then I would just stop and say, all right, I'm not going to do it, until I found the balance of I can feel what's right in my heart.
You did that at her age, 19? You felt that way?
I knew I could do things, but then when certain people would say you couldn't do it, I'm like, all right, you're right, I can't do it. So I just decided not to try.
I never lived like that. When I was 19, I says, not only am I going to do it, I'm going to do it even bigger and better. You know, I didn't start this business, until I was 45. So it took me all that time to figure out what I wanted to do, because I got bored. I got bored very easily.
We should ask them, though, do you ladies know in your heart when you want to do something, do you do it? Or do you think and say, I'm not going to do it?
Even if I have people telling me not to do it because it's not going to work, I still go for it. Because if I feel like, if in my heart something's telling me to do it, I just go for it, no matter what someone else has to say.
To me personally, I need to have a plan. So I have to make sure, I have a concrete, no mistake. I won't make any mistakes. And I need to do it until the end.
What number are you?
She is number 3, and that is that stressed her so much because as number 3, mistakes is a part of her life. But as Taurus, she's more like, I have to do it.
You're Taurus.
Exactly.
Okay.
So she don't accept like no, but the point is the conflict inside, because she's not accepting that mistakes is a part of her life, and that is the way that she's gonna get the knowledge and the experience as a soul. That's the only way. So if she accepts that she's more creative person, that she has other talents, she can use them, in her favor. But when she pretends to be like perfect in every single step that she decides, that is going to create more anxiety, more stress, because you cannot pretend that everything is going to be success. And when you're young, like me, I made a lot of mistakes. I didn't find who I was until 7 years ago, maybe. That because you have the gift, but you don't know what to do with that. You think that is normal, but you grow up with different things and you try to find, okay, what I'm going to do with that.
So you didn't do this as a career until 7 years ago?
No. I grew up with a gift, but I didn't know how to use it. So I started doing readings without any control. I opened the cards and I said, okay, I'm going to open the cards. The people say, oh, you told me that and it was right. I said, fine. I assumed that it was a part of my knowledge. I know more. Maybe I can feel something, but I never saw that it was a gift. You discover that in the time when you get more mature, and I was studying and on my research about what this is coming from, because my conflict was with the church. I grew up as a Catholic, girl, and then I moved to the Christianity, and they didn't give me the answers that I was looking for. My mind was more open and needs more answers. And I found that in different ways. So that's why I said no, but the truth, because you have a lot of information. Many people know the truth. But the point is that I understood that the truth is inside. What it works for you, it works for you, that's it. You don't have to go with, oh, they said that, the other no, that works for them, but maybe not for you.
But knowing comes with maturity of accepting who you are.
Exactly. In my case, I can talk. Yeah, other people, for example, I know that they grow up with a gift that they can see, they can talk, and that is completely good and it's fine. But in my way, I have to find who I was before to tell the people, hey, this is me, this is the way that I'm going to help you, And when you are happy, everything flows. That is the way that I teach people. Because if you don't know who you are, you cannot guide nobody.
How do you help people? So say Ari comes to you. Right now she's taking a gap year between school and either school or work or whatever she's going to decide to do.
She needs to learn, just go with the process. She's young, so she cannot pretend knows everything right now. She have to make mistakes, that is normal, but she have to learn how to go with the feeling. The truth is going to come to her when she's open to receive that. For example, if she, what do you want to do? What would you like to do?
I want to do international law with a focus on human rights.
Okay, so she knows exactly what she wants in this moment.
And you're here, why? No.
I thought she was going to say hamburgers and French fries. That's a big order.
Yeah, but she knows exactly that something inside of her moving her to that line. Maybe in 5 years, she's going to try to say, you know what? I think that I'm going to change a little bit because I think that it is not exactly what I was expecting. That is normal because it's the way of her process. So she needs to go and flow. So most of the time, the spirituality is more easy than the word, because there's nothing mystery behind of that. It's just you have to listen. What is flowing now, and that's exactly what you need to do. If it's not flowing, it's not going to work.
I'm going to tell you something my mother taught me, because when I hit right before 19 years of age, I wanted everything. I wanted an explanation for everything. So she bought a box of 64 crayons, 64, the big box. And she gave me a coloring book, and she took out a page. And she asked me to color the page, but not inside the lines. I had to color outside the line.
That is great.
And she put that thing on the kitchen. And every day for a month, every day she changed it. Because she wanted me to tell her at the end of the day that my life changed because I did something wrong. I colored outside the lines.
That is great. That is great.
My mom taught me that sometimes you got to do something wrong to learn how to do it right.
Yeah.
And that has always been what I do. If that camera don't work, I go to that camera and then I figure out how to fix this one later. So your life is right in front of you. You ain't never have to worry about making a mistake, because that's the problem. Is to think you don't have to. You have to. Otherwise, you're never going to learn how to do it right. And she taught me that. And I'm 19 years of age. I'm your age. And I'm looking at me, a grown man, coloring. A grown man doing this, listening to what she had to say. Because the secret wasn't the coloring. The secret wasn't the message. The secret was that I listened to wisdom. Mm-hmm. And that's your choice now. Now you know the secret, so it's up to you to pick it.
All right, why don't we take a break? When we come back, we're going to put Heather on.
Heather's next.
Birthday girl is tomorrow. We're going to open the camera up, and if you want to reach Carolina, you can call us right here at the studio at 888-994-4995, Studio A. Like and follow us on social media. On Facebook, you can find us at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You can also find Amp Media Productions for all of the shows we produce here, including Making Money with Laura Sanders, Faith Stories, Heartfelt Connections with Brielle, and the new one, Center Stage, starting next week. More to come. We'll be right back.
Craving bold flavors and the freshest fish in town? Welcome to Sushi Bang Bang, where every roll is a work of art and every bite pure joy. From crispy tempura to melt-in-your-mouth sashimi, this isn't just sushi. It's an experience. Bring your friends, bring your appetite. Call now to reserve 561-292-3705.
Family business. It's me, my sister, and her soon-to-be husband. We've been here for about 5 years doing our thing in this beautiful little spot right in the heart of downtown Boca. We really are like that authentic New York, New Jersey, Northeast thing that you want to have when you're in South Florida. Our bagels are made from scratch every single day. They're top-notch, best you can get around here. And then lunch, chicken Caesar wrap, or like we have a beautiful avocado supreme salad. That's really, really great. And of course, all our sweets are incredible too. You know, something savory, salty, and a little something sweet after. And we will do our best to provide the best service, best food, best everything. And if there's anything you need, we'll do it.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
At Coriander, we bring you simplified yet elevated Indian food, where every spice, every aroma, and every clay oven dish is a celebration of your senses. From the rich warmth of cinnamon and cloves to the depth of turmeric and coriander, our curries are crafted with love, passion, and tradition. Comfort food from across the ocean. Come taste the magic at Coriander. Visit us at 3441 Woolbright Road, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call 561-739-3952 to order today. Coriander, where flavor meets comfort.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
You're You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
My wand?
You know, when I say, if I have a magic wand, what would you like to ask? And that reminds me.
You kidding? They're going to ask you for wishes. Oh, I wish.
I have a
That
whole
is
vase
the main of the
wands.
store. Make a wish, because it's like help the people to play. You know, if they can ask for something, what would you like to ask? And most of the time, you make them think, oh, what I would like to wish, because they don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, and that is a good vibe. So when you move the vibe to something that makes you happy, is when you connect with angels. When the people ask me, how can I connect with them? It's like, just move your frequency, and it's going to be easy.
So if I move my frequency, do I get closer to that 1.7 billion?
No, I don't think so. If it's a part of your chart, yes.
Well, how do I buy myself into this chart?
Buy yourself a vowel.
Or maybe I find somebody who has it in their chart and buddy with them.
There you go.
If it's a part of your plan, you're going to win. It doesn't matter.
You know, I had a dream. It's always been a part of my plan. But to spend the money on me. I will be broke. 1.7 billion, I'll be broke in 24 hours.
I think that's impossible.
No, it's possible in my world.
Unless you bought a $1.7 billion object.
In my world, it is so possible because I'm like my mother. I used to give my mother $20 and she used to take in the other hand and give it away. And I said, Mom, what are you doing? She says, I'm giving it forward. I said, Mom, but I could have given the person. No, it doesn't work that way. So me, I'll be broke. In 1.7, I'll be broke in 24 hours. I won't have a nickel because it's found money. It's not like I worked on it. It's not like I planned it. It's found.
It's
So
the way that you see the things. But
yeah, that way I don't feel bad when I don't get it.
Are you ready for Heather to open up her vision?
I don't know if she's ready.
You ready?
Heather, are you open?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't know anything, honestly.
You're what number is she? A 7?
A 9.
9.
Oh, that's a good number.
she's psychic by nature. She can feel the things.
She lies. She told me she
can
wasn't.
control minds.
Yeah, that I've seen.
She can play with
I've done it
people.
before.
I've seen
She
that.
sees things. She told us she sees
No,
things
she
in
didn't.
the studio.
She never told me.
I told you. I said it on like the morning show, I think.
They sent her the first day she was here for me to do something for them. Like she was going to bend my mind. I looked at her and said, what? No.
But you have to see that we have spirits around, that they are going to try to use the people who have the gift to give you the gift, to give you the message. So if she has the psychic power and she's attuned with that, they are going to try to connect, through her to give you the message, to give you the advice. Because here you can feel the energy, but the point is that they are going to try to connect with you because you are leading more people. You are
But
the voice.
I don't get her. If all the people that have come through here, and there's been quite a number of interns and professionals and everything, I don't get her. I don't understand. She does it to confuse me. Because one day she's A, the next day she's B, and the third day she's C, and I don't know what the hell she's going to be on the
She's
fourth.
playing with you.
And she does it on purpose.
Without even realizing it, probably. I don't even know.
No, she realizes. She does.
You just don't get it, right? It's all good.
But you get it.
Do I get it? Yeah.
What's your date of birth?
February 17th,
What year?
2000.
So what number is she?
I don't know. Give me.
You can figure it out.
She is.
So do you know you have
7?
intuition and I guess psychic abilities?
100%. I've always known I'm very empathic. I usually tend to absorb energies without even realizing it, and that's why I sometimes.
So you know this.
That's why you
Yeah.
like her.
Yeah, I think so.
So
I'm
are
just
you
absorbing
absorbing?
without even realizing it.
What number is she?
3. So that is a good creative people, and she's Aquarius, right? So very independent also.
Well, you're another one.
Yeah, and it's very hard to control her and to find somebody who understands them, because most of the time they project that they need protection, but when they are in the relationship, they try to move away when they feel that somebody's trying to control them because they don't like that. But they confuse people, make them think that they need to be protected.
Yeah,
but they doesn't
she's like
it.
that. There's a +1 over there.
That's crazy.
They have to feel that the cage is open.
The people who absorb energies like she said she does, not
Does that
realizing
even
it.
wait, let's start from the beginning. Is that even doable? Is that possible? Does that happen?
What?
Absorbing energies.
Of course. Most of the time the people come to the store and ask, something for protection, and when you ask them what do they feel, most of the time it's true. Most of the time not. But in her case, it's normal that she feels that because her number opens that way to be more empath with people. So let's gonna say that she's gonna be close with somebody and she didn't like the energy, she's gonna try to protect by nature moving away. But if she have to be there, for example, if she doesn't like the people around here, she needs to wear something to help her to absorb and ground herself. So in that way, I recommend crystals because that's the way that she can wear and be absorbed, the other people's energy, so it's not gonna affect her. But that is only happen most of the time when the person is not grounded. No, it's not for everybody.
So how do you know if a person is grounded?
Because when the person is fine, for example, she and me, we can be with the same person, she feels and I don't. So that means that because my mind is focused on something different,
right.
Move my frequency to another level, and maybe she's worried for something, so that make her feel more energies. Because energies, I explain you.
You're explaining to me, right?
Move like up and down. So we have access to both, depends of us. That's why I try to explain to people how important it is to take care of their energy. Because when you don't meditate, when you don't elevate your frequency every morning and singing, dancing, or doing something to elevate your frequency, is when you are more easy to be catch for those energies. Because energy is something that you can see, but you can feel. Here the energy is very strong, it's positive, you see the color, so you transmit that. That helps you in case that you don't have a good day, maybe in the morning, but when you came here, that energy received you. Help you to say, okay, focus on whatever you're gonna do now. But when you leave this place, and if your energy is not up, you're gonna feel like down again. Because it's like something that you have here is the energy of the color, the energy of the space. And depends.
So you can lift your energy?
Of course.
So she can lift her energy?
Of course, but it depends of, we need to ask her, different questions to know what is putting her down. Because when we know that, we can help her to find the answers inside so she can take action. Because there's nothing that I can do. It's something that she needs to decide to do for herself.
Right.
This is it's very easy to explain, but sometimes the people takes lives to understand that. Everything that makes you happy.
But you have to also believe that. You have to have the confidence that if you're going to raise your energy, you got to stay there. There's an old saying, it's easy to marry her, it is hard to keep her.
Okay, in my experience, I've been married for 25 years.
Congratulations.
And it was not an easy way.
Right.
I can say that it was easy, it was my soulmate. No. For me, that is not the point. But you make it work because you have something in common. You have the same goals. You have, you have different points of views, but you respect each other. So in my case, that helped me to work with my husband. My husband is not an easy guy. It's complicated, but he ground myself. So when I try to dream and talk about angels, the universe, the stars, he say, hey, he's Capricorn. He's gonna try to ground me.
So what do you do in that situation? You've stayed married. How do you, because we were talking earlier about different partners, and one can clip the other one's wings that want to fly, and then they start being at this lower frequency because they've been clipped and pushed down so much. How do you keep yourself elevated?
My husband, it was a teacher for me in that way, because when I met him, he has a different point of, because he doesn't believe in angels and nothing like this.
Wow.
So he asked me different things. So I understood that the respect, it was the base for us. So the respect, that he respects what I do, and I respect what he does. He's IT. So everything has to be proof for him, you know? And in my way to keep together is to respect the process of each other. And his support, because he helped me with the social media, he helped me with everything that I don't manage. So in that way, we have something in common, but at the same time, we have something completely different. Respect for me is the base that, you know, that you can keep your energy up. So if he respect what your partner respect what you do, and he support you, and he's not trying to put you down, that is gonna work. Because he's helping you or you are helping him to find his way. But what happens when you have an idea and your partner said, no, it's not gonna work? You know, or you're not good because his insecurities are trying to put you down. Yeah. And you say, oh, and you are not secure enough because it's an idea. You know, but you know that it's gonna work, but your partner is not helping you to trust in that. It doesn't matter if it's a mistake, let's gonna do it. Most of the people needs that. You know, it doesn't matter what is gonna happen, but if you want to do it, do it. In my relationship, I think that we keep that. So I help him when he tried different kind of things that he wanted to do. Most of the time, I knew it that it's not gonna work. You know, but you support. Anyway. Exactly, because it's his process. It's the way that he's gonna learn. That is not what he was expecting, or with people. Most of I felt that is gonna happen with that person. But I need to let him face the situation. Because if I'm gonna tell him, oh, this is gonna happen, you know, I don't let him to live his process and to understand why. In the time, he said, oh, you know what? This happened, okay, I knew it. But sometimes you have to learn how to close your mouth, because you cannot tell the people all the time, I stop you in the street and say, know what is gonna happen.
I was gonna ask you, when you're walking down the street, say you see Heather, would you feel something and see something?
It's impossible. In my case, no. It doesn't matter if I feel, no, because when somebody asks me, is when I am allowed to tell. It's not like you can break, you know, because I don't have the permission of the person to trespass. So the permission is very important. And if I have to tell something for the people who, just if somebody tells you something that you didn't ask, just be careful.
That comes back to
because the spirituality is respect, you know. And if most of the time I can feel things. The other day I dreamed something that, you know, with somebody. And I said, I don't have the right to tell the person what I feel, because the person is not asking me, and there's nothing that I can do to stop that. In my case, other mediums, other people, they feel that they have to do it, but I do not recommend to trespass, because that is your space, it's your life. So if I ask you, what is your date of birth, you are opening the channel for me. You know, but if you don't want that I see, you don't tell me and say, no, Carolina, I don't want to tell you.
Are you a medium? Can you connect with the other side as well?
What I do is I decide, I am a medium because the spiritual world, the guides and angels, talk to me, you know, about that person, and they use my voice to pass the message. So sometimes when I have somebody, I don't know what I'm saying because I forgot. You know, when they ask me, the other day you told me that, I said, okay, fine. But I am not aware that I said that. So that's why I know that I am a channel. So the people like to say medium, but I prefer to call channel because I am not connecting with all of the spirits. I just connect with the spiritual world.
You picked not to because you used to connect with all of
them. I did it before, but I didn't like it.
She doesn't.
Because they are there trying to connect with you.
All the time.
All the time. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be bothered, so that's what I say. You know, when I open my cards is when I open the entrance. Because if you don't put rules, they bother you all the time.
All the time.
And you don't want that. You don't want to live like that. I don't want to live like, oh, I know what she's gonna, you know, I know what is happening to you. I don't want to live like that. It's not good for me.
Yeah.
You know, I am worried and concerned about my issues.
Heather, do you have any questions for her?
Go ahead.
I don't.
We'll cover our ears.
No, I don't. Like, it's a lot of, I'd have to process it first, think about it for a few days, then come back to it like that. I can't think of things like that right now, especially in front of all y'all either.
But
Sorry.
just know that you're in the right.
It's more of a private conversation.
But you're in the right place, and there's nothing wrong with the way you feel. And I didn't even know that you were that sensitive. So all of that being said, you can ask questions off the air and what have you. Just don't feel that you're in the wrong place. And
But it's funny when people will say to you, they've absorbed an energy, they feel funny, or call it something else. You always say, no, you didn't.
because they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, they know how they feel. They, speaking for a friend, maybe.
You know, it's funny because these same people, I see them in a different light when they're a different person. And they select to go in a different way because of something else, not because somebody else gave them something or they took something.
But I think it changes, speaking as if I would know, how you feel for that moment or that day, and you know it's not how
But it
you
has
would
nothing
act.
to do with something else. It has to do with you. You know, you are the captain of your vessel.
But what if you
Correct.
take in an energy, and you know it's not your
We're
energy?
back to that again.
Yeah, yeah. But
So what do you walk around picking energies? I
They
want some of
pick-
this. and
No,
I'll
I
take
think
some of
they
that.
pick us, right? They're looking for the higher frequency, the higher
Always.
vibration, the higher
But
light.
that's everybody in here.
Some people
Everybody in
feel
here
it and
is
some
always
people
looking. They're
don't, though.
always looking to attach, to give you a thought. You know, sometimes spirit doesn't even know it's not here. They think they're here, and they want to be here, and they want to feel again.
So you don't
they wanna
think
know
people
what coffee
absorb
is.
energies?
If
Look,
you
you talked
let-
about the machine today, and
If you let them, I think it's all about God
Sometimes
giving
it's
you
not that you let them. Sometimes when you are not focused in your energy,
Then you're
is
not
when
in
they,
your
they try to rob your energy. So that's why you feel like, I don't know what happened with me. I feel depressed. I feel that nothing is works. Okay, but something is taking your energy, you know, and you have to control that. In which way? In my way, I dance, I sing, I try to play in different way because that's the way that I put my energy out. Most of the people think that I am having, you know, that have a seat and meditate. Like, I said, no, I'm walking, and that's the way that I receive the information. They think that I saw the angels. I don't see with my eyes. I saw them in dreams. You know, when it's necessary that I know something, but I have to discover and decode my own life. So when I have a reading for myself, I cannot take like 100%. That's why it's not funny to have a reading for myself. And it's not funny to give a reading for the people that I know, like my husband. Because
it's
I'm
too
thinking.
close.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And when you don't know the person, you flow. You open and you see, okay, this is what I felt. You know, and the person knows what I'm talking about. I don't have any idea what I'm saying. And that is the proof that I'm giving you a reading, because for you makes sense. For me, I don't have to think what I see. But when you give the reading to somebody that you know, you think. You know, you try to say, oh, but I don't think that is going to happen. So you mix the things. Spirituality is go with the flow.
Yes.
Just feel. Feel whatever
I
you
told
want.
you when I clean and I vacuum, I
That's
think.
your flow.
That's a way that you meditate.
Or walk, right. For me,
That's your
so when
flow.
I vacuum and I'm cleaning, it's not because I need to clean, it is, but I also, that's when I
That's,
think.
that's what you
and I can
connect.
connect.
Yeah, because
by
you can
doing
find
that.
clarity in your mind
Right.
of whatever you need to do.
Isn't that funny?
That
You
is
said
meditation.
walking, or I can walk.
Yeah,
Right, I can
and
find clarity.
yes,
You ever
exactly.
see those guys that have a stick and they put a plate on it and they turn the plate on the stick?
Yeah.
And then they keep it going and they go do 20, 30 different plates.
Uh-huh.
And what happens when that plate stops spinning?
Everything crashes.
It falls.
Yes.
Well, crash is another definition. That's the difference. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. You see a crash, I see a fall.
Okay.
Maybe it doesn't crash.
Maybe it doesn't.
So every morning when I come in here and I say, turn up the music,
Right.
it's exactly what she talks about.
Yeah, but you something inside of you tells you, because it's your spiritual world, or your highest frequency, or your higher you,
But they
that
don't-
help you to
but they don't-
connect.
They don't feel me. They don't
Ari
understand.
feels you. Look at her. She knows.
Who?
The
The
people,
people
in here,
feel-
every morning.
because
we
that
used to
works for
blast
you,
them.
but it didn't work
Oh,
for
no,
them.
it works for them. You should see them.
Oh,
They get
is-
out. Gato now, he dances when we go to different shoots.
he's
and
an
everything.
That is very
Look,
important.
he's doing it now. I've never seen him do that.
Yeah, you have a
He
different
has
way.
her dancing. Never seen them do that. It is contagious. What people choose to show is different than what people feel to know. There's two different things going on, and they get them confused.
Because when people choose to share, they're going to feel they're being judged if they're in an unsafe space.
That the young people, they are not like that. My daughter, for example, her generation, I see that I would like to be like her, you know, when I was young. Because, yeah, it was like a different, but not like her. You know, she defends her ideas, she defends her whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, fine. She has more clarity that I used to have in that age.
Yeah.
You know, but I was fun in my age, but not like this time. So the young people, I think that they are here to teach us something, how to live the life in different way. And they are great teachers because they help the old people to focus more in what makes them happy. You know, we have like long way trying to find what makes us happy. They said, no, it's not gonna work. No, I don't want to study. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want, okay, so they have clear that they don't want something. They don't know what they want, but they know that this is not the way.
But they know what they don't want, which is about 90% of life. It's just that 10% that they got to run into. But I love that. I love to challenge the I don't, I won't, I can't. All those I can, nots. I love to challenge that because you can. The problem is you choose not to because it takes work. It takes understanding. You know, there's a big mirror in Studio A. That mirror's been there for 6 years. You know what that mirror is for? Go learn to who you are. Say hello to your best friend, and it's in that mirror.
You see?
I mean, it's really simple if you cut it down. If we have to explain everything in life, it gets complicated. This young lady took 4 years, and that one, they just went to the bathroom, took 6 years to come and do this. Now, when I started doing this streaming idea, they threw me out of offices. I got thrown out of Major League Baseball, football, everywhere. And nobody says, that ain't gonna work. Who the hell does that? Really? Look at it now. It's what everybody does. You did one, right? I'm here at the studio. How are you, my friend?
Yeah.
It does work. Now, there's new things that are coming out. I want to go to the moon. I would love to go to Mars. I would love it. And if it's a one-way trip, I still do it.
With your 7 million.
With 7 million.
That's what he would spend it on. A trip to
1.7.
the moon.
Get me that money so I can go to Mars. I would do it.
And you tell us how it's going to be.
I'll wave.
How do people find your store or connect with you for a reading? Are you on social media?
I have a Carolina Alexandr without E at the end. That is my personal page in Facebook. And Guides and Angels in Facebook also, but it's in Spanish, Guías y Ángeles.
Right.
Now, I got to tell you, on Tuesday, I got a TikTok. And there's a guy who dresses up like a gorilla sometimes. And he visited the Boynton Mall, where you're located. And he talked about his show is going to places that nobody knows about. And people should come visit. That's a beautiful mall. But it's half empty all the time. And your store was on his video when he walked by.
Yeah?
And that was Tuesday. And I said, And here she is.
She is.
That is good because I didn't know.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break.
And most of the time when the people try to put the video in the store, I can let them record the store because for the privacy of the client.
Sure.
Sometimes it's complicated to explain to people, but the people don't want to appear in the video of TikTok when they are trying to explain me something because they need something.
Sure.
So that's why I avoid but when they ask me and the store is empty, yes, I let them.
But her store, oh, you haven't been. Her store makes this look like kindergarten. Her store is loaded with stuff.
That
When I
is,
tell you
was
stuff,
guided by angels.
There's
yeah.
a lot of stuff going on in that store. You walk in there, you're going to go, oh, because you feel it. But it's beautiful.
To connect with the sixth sense, you have to wake up the other sense. So the store is made to develop the other sense first that you can feel after. And that is, I don't try to talk with the people, I let them feel. So they can connect, they ask me, okay, this is for what, this is for, when they pick something, I know exactly what that soul is looking for.
It's funny because you asked me about this piece.
Mm-hmm.
And
You showed me the other one, but
right.
choose that.
I picked this from Jolie's store, and Jolie was here at the same time that Carolina was here. She said, what's this piece? But yeah, I walked into her store, and she's like, let me see the back. But I just knew whatever it means.
That is for peace, that is calm. It's addressing
See how calm I am
yeah.
today?
Oh, yeah, today. Maybe you need a bigger rock.
Okay, let's take a commercial break. We're going to come back and talk to Dawn DeMarco Book, host of Faith Stories. So more to come. Save the date. We're going to talk about this when we come back. Also, October 21st, Spotlight for a Cause. And we'll be right back.
Step into a world where emotion meets expression, and every brushstroke tells a story. DeBilson Art Gallery features the captivating whimsical works of internationally renowned artist William DeBilson. From larger-than-life portraits to abstract reflections of love, loneliness, and connection, each piece invites you to feel, reflect, and escape the ordinary. Located in the heart of Delray, this art gallery is more than a space, it's an experience. Come discover what speaks to you. Visit DeBilson Art Gallery today.
Looking for a fun, delicious escape the whole family will love? Welcome to Sinful Crepes in Boynton Beach, where sweet meets savory in every bite. From classic Nutella dreams to loaded breakfast crepes, plus a full lineup of rich, bold coffee, there's something for everyone. Kids can even color their very own 3D printed bulldog while you sip and savor. Yes, 3D printed, colorful bulldogs you can take home. Visit us today at 1050 East Gateway Boulevard, Suite 103, Boynton Beach, Florida, or call at 561-509-7309 to order ahead. See you soon.
Looking for bold, authentic flavor? Step into Bramer's Brazilian Cuisine, where the vibrant taste of Brazil meets your favorite American classics. From savory churrasco to juicy burgers, every dish is made with passion. Hosting a party or a special event? We cater all occasions with incredible food that leaves a lasting impression. Our Boynton Beach location offers generous seating with a separate dining area for bigger parties. Come visit us in person today at 1035 Gateway Boulevard, number 201, Boynton Beach, Florida, 33426. Contact us by phone at 561-272-6377. Enjoy the Brazilian taste. Enjoy the Bramer's taste.
Nova Fresh Kitchen in Boca Raton is a vibrant, fast casual eatery ideal for health-conscious dinners. With a bright, fresh ambiance, a nutritious and fully gluten-free menu ranging from breakfast pastries to protein-packed bowls, soups, smoothies, and coffee, it is a reliable choice for a fresh, wholesome bite any time of day. You can find them at 625 Northeast Spanish River Boulevard, Boca Raton, or order online at novafk.com.
Craving fresh, delicious, and affordable kosher products? Come visit Casey Market. Since 2009, we've been your trusted source for high-quality groceries, fresh meat, fish, deli, and more. We take great pride in our business and the quality of our products, including our irresistible kosher pastries, baked fresh daily at our on-site bakery, and our full-service catering for any occasion. Located at 3775 Woolbright Road in Boynton Beach. So whether you are on your lunch break, stocking up on essentials, or are looking for a sweet treat, come check out our wide selection. We offer refrigerated delivery across the Tri-County area and beyond. Visit us today or online at koshercentral.com. Contact us by phone at 561-396-9711. KC Market, where quality and customer satisfaction come together.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Took 6 years. 7 years, 8 years, who the hell knows? But look at her now.
Look at her now, look at her
She
shine.
looks serious, so that's why.
So we got Dawn the Book on the set, and Dawn the Book is actually has some good stuff coming out today. I'm waiting for the phone call so we can get Dawn's show on radio.
Yeah.
Which
is
will be-
exciting.
gonna
It's
be
exciting, and I'm like, okay, we're praying. I've got all my prayer warriors praying, but you know what? It's already done. You know, whatever God wants, that's what it's
Well, we're
going to
just
be.
catching up. But the interesting aspect of it is, as it develops and people get more seriously involved with it, there are different dimensions that come forward on it, which is just business. It's nothing personal. But maybe by the end of the day, we'll have some good news, because I told them I need an answer by tomorrow. I do have an answer. I just need it solidified.
Right.
But the answer came in. So it looks like we're on our way. Like
Woohoo! Go God!
Pretty exciting. Dawn is the host of Faith Stories, which is a show based on Christian faith and, I guess, how people have come to find their faith and their belief.
Yeah.
You had a great show yesterday. You had jewelry, and last week you had clothing, and so many great things. Did you ever think that it would go to the masses?
I did. I honestly, you know, when Melissa, she was my guest in July, she asked me, what is your vision? And I'm like, and my answer was, whatever God wants me to do. And then that started, you know, Freddie had always said, you need to do a show, you need to do a show. I finally, you know, it was God's timing, not mine. And I think it gave me more experience too, because you guys were a blessing to allow me to come on your program and do a segment for 6 months. And so I just want to do what he wants me to do. And I think that's, you know, whatever that is, you know, and he's opened this door. So I'm walking through it, and I'm just blessed to have you guys help walk with me, you know, because you have so much more knowledge than I do, you know.
But it's about raising frequency, right, and faith and prayer. Well, however people find that is what's so important.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's my faith in the Lord. You know, that to me is where I live. You know, everything I do, I pray about it. You know, you were talking about what you do in the morning, and I turn on praise and worship music, and I just dance around and I sing, and you know, it just fills me up and it equips me for the day. You know, and I love that. I love that about the Lord. You know, he will equip you. I never knew I was going to be a host on a show, you know, and just shining his light, because that's what it's all about. It's not about me, it's about him. Yeah.
And so she's looking at expanding to a few other states, correct?
Yes. Well, we'll take one step at a time. That was the ideology behind the people that are backing the program, to go on other states forward. And there's another wrinkle that has developed that she doesn't even know about yet, that I'm working on to see if they were going in that direction. You know, music, this kind of show has become more and more popular.
Very much so.
More and more people are looking for answers to a lot of the dilemmas that they're going through in their personal life. Forget about educating or helping other people. They're talking about themselves. And what's happening is, what the feedback that I got yesterday, because I sent them the 3 and the 4, the video and the audio, was they said, this is unlike any show they have ever received to be put on radio.
Right.
Because radio is, if you close your eyes, this is what you hear, right? Mm-hmm. This is, you don't see it. But they ended up looking at the video because of the things that she does brought so many different elements for radio. It's a video component with a radio substance on it. They were happily, that's why Atlanta says absolutely, and they send it down to Miami to make sure that we are all ducks in a row.
Gotcha.
So it isn't me, it isn't you, it is what it is. It's the natural ability of you being there and sharing it and doing it, and the next thing you know, magic happens.
I love it. I love being able, you know, as you know, I love fashion, but the thing about it is God is in all of it, you know, and he's everywhere. And so I love to bring in, you know, the shoes and the fashion, and, you know, but also stories of, you know, we had Brian DeCobo on a couple weeks ago, and he talked about his sons and the disease that they have, and just praying for a miracle for his family, you know. And I literally pray for his family every day, you know, so I add people that have been on to my prayer list. And, you know, I'm just so blown away by what's happening. I really am, and I'm humbled by it, because why me? You know, well, he gave me a big mouth for him. So, so I'm using it.
I was telling Dawn yesterday, I said I was dealing with something in the hospital the other day, and I went into the bathroom. I just needed to connect. I closed the door, and I'm like in the bathroom praying, because it was the only place I could find in the hospital that there wasn't someone asking me a million questions. And I walked out, got something taken care of, and my mother says to me, "That was a miracle. Those were 2 miracles. How did that happen?" I don't know. I just went to the bathroom, Mom. I don't know what happened. It was all you. But sometimes you just got to like go to the bathroom and close the door and connect where you have to connect. Wherever. So it's, you can be anywhere you are and find that space. Vacuuming, connection, your music, whatever it takes to find that vibration. The bathroom.
And again, the war stories, there are things that happen in your life, and certain things trigger certain things. It was my son's first Christmas party, Christmas, and we had no money. We were completely broke, me and my ex-wife. And she was crying hysterically because she was saying, he's going to spend his first Christmas, I can't even get him a gift. So I said, let's go to work. Again, me going to work, let's go to work. And we go to work, and I said, I'm going to try to sell, because I had a bar, I'm going to try to sell booze 2 for $1 just to raise some money so we can go and get him a gift and what have you. There was nobody there that night. Nobody went on Christmas Eve to a bowling alley and a bar. So I go to the bathroom and ran to the urinal, and there's a bag there. And I think I told you the story. And I take the bag out, I put my hand in it, and there's thousands of dollars.
Oh my gosh.
So I said, what? So they used to gamble in the bowling alleys, which was illegal. You weren't, if I caught you doing it, I had to throw you out. So this guy must have won this money, or woman or whatever, and they left the bag there. And I put paper toilet in the bag and left the bag. And I took the money and I left to see if somebody would come and say, anybody leave something in the bathroom? Nobody showed up. That bag was there for a week.
You took the time to see if that belongs to somebody.
Yeah, because I don't want to take something that don't belong to me.
Right.
That is good.
Yeah.
But I left the toilet paper in there in case they came.
in case,
I said, okay, anybody know
to make sure.
where this one? Nada. So I told Michelle, right, let's go. And we had the best Christmas ever. And you would think that the next day or a week later, somebody would come to me and say, there was a bag in the bathroom, you know anything? Nada. It was like somebody sent me the money. I said, okay, here we go.
Amazing,
That
right?
could happen, yeah.
It was another war story, as they say.
Interesting stories.
I had so many different stories in the past that you see something and then you look again and there's something else. That's why maybe you came here, because I see there's a lot of people in here who could use that little oomph, that little up. It's okay to be you. It's okay to believe out loud. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think that now it's more common that you see people that is trying to put the good energy in the world. So in different ways, through her, through me, through different, because the point is when you elevate the frequency, you find who you are.
Yes.
And you can connect with your highest frequency. You can call Jesus, God, depends if you believe that they are guiding you, that they are with you. They are. I can call in different way, but at the same, we're talking about the same, love. Because all of us, we are here to discover love in different ways. So for me, that is the reason that we are here, that we disconnect from God to experiment in different ways. How is that word? So you can know something if you don't know the opposite. So that is the way that, for me, that we are here. And to find that way is the reason of the reincarnation, that many lives, and I believe in that. I believe that we are not here just in once. But I respect, what the people said, that they don't trust or they don't believe, because it's normal. They don't need it. When you need something inside move you to find that answer. When you feel good, you're in peace. When the people sometimes from the church come to the store and they say that this is from, something not good, blah, 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 that works for you and that is okay. But it's not going to work for everybody. And God used, people in different ways to connect with you. what you can tell the people that is suffering from addiction, what, you know, in different situations. We have different steps to connect with God. Maybe I am very behind, you know, if you compare with Christian people. But the point is that I am one step to get there. I'm not saying that I have the right. I'm not saying that they have the right. I said that everybody is working together to connect and to help each other. You know, and one day we're going to reconnect with the main, with the light, with the forest.
That's what I said when we came in this morning. I said to the crew, no more negative. Not that we do negative. There's so much negative out there. Anything that would come to my mind on the news, from nail polish to anything else, was all negative. And I said, you know what, guys, we got to go back to all our positive segments and raising the vibration and doing what we do and how we started in the studio, because all this is doing is manipulating everyone's frequencies, bringing it down. Yeah. And we need to revamp and go back to where we came from, where you and I started, about doing positive things. Even the crazy things your ex-partner used to say. They were crazy, but they were funny. Right?
I guess.
Funny things. All the things that raise vibrations. And I think we've got Frank on the phone. Speaking
Is Frank
of
on
raising
the phone?
vibrations. Andrew, do we have Frank on? Maybe.
Is somebody on the phone?
No one's on the phone.
So what's all that ringing?
Maybe they're calling for Carolina. I don't know. Oh, they're testing the phone lines.
Listen, I don't sit here and try to explain good, bad, or indifferent. You got choice. You want to act bad, you know, you're going to do it. You want to act good, you're going to do it. You want to tell me that you're going to be good and then live a different life again, that's you. You know, my grandfather died in my arms and told me to go get the priest so he could say I'm sorry, because he was an atheist for all his life until those last few moments. Again, there's nobody here to tell you how you should act. You should know how you should act, or you should at least take the time to learn how to act the way you're going to act. It's really simple. Love one another. Try that. Try a little bit of that and see how that feels. And if you do that, then you got my attention. But if you can't do that, then go learn. Simple. This is really simple math. 1 and 1 is always going to be 2.
And come out for crepes tomorrow. We're going to be a Sinful Crepes.
Come on, have 2 crepes.
Have 2 crepes. Celebrate Heather's birthday with us. 1050 East Gateway Boulevard. Sinful Crepes. You like crepes? Yeah. Come tomorrow. Not too far from where you're located.
It's very close to you.
Not too far from you. You just got to go a little north.
I know. Unfortunately, I have a meeting at 10:30 with Mary Giuseppe.
No, come afterwards.
Bring her.
We were supposed to meet with Mary today with her granddaughter, but I guess
Bring Mary. I want to see her. The granddaughter's going to love the crepe.
I'll let her know.
How old is her granddaughter now?
14.
Oh, her granddaughter's going to say crepes?
So
What is
she
that
wanted
crepe?
to meet with us because she's 14, but she's in this transition of what she wants to do with her life at 14.
At 14?
So
I
she
didn't
was
even know
supposed
what
to be here this
transition
morning.
was.
Forget about
My
it.
son at 14 helped me create AMP.
So
He
she
says,
wanted
this
to
is
talk
it.
to us, her granddaughter.
Well, this is the sign. I looked at him and said, what is this? This is a game. This is called streaming, Dad. And he was playing with 36,000 people watching.
Wow.
And I said, what?
How awesome is that?
So she's 14. Got to give her away.
So coming up tomorrow, join us in Sinful Crepes. And save the date. Spotlight for a Cause is October 21st. And yes, this started with an idea when you were away. And I don't do well with details after the idea. But once I create it, once they put it in a flyer, I have to continue on with the idea. So we are now in conjunction with 561 Music. They are providing some of the entertainment as well as the Ruse, as well as John Justice Parker. 561 Music, some of the kids from the 561 Music School we're working with, some reggae. It's going to be at Crazy Uncle Mike's. It's to raise money for our Aunt Media Futures Foundation, which is our non-for-profit here. If you talk about full circle, where I studied and where we are now, how all of that came into alignment. But our foundation enables the kids that work here, our students, to have access to hands-on experience in the media world, from editing, sound, equipment, software,
Cameras.
Everything,
Cameras.
as well as a team and a
Cameras.
family for them to belong in a high vibration space. So tickets are $33. Yes, those are angel numbers. It's at Crazy Uncle Mike's. It includes a drink, it includes appetizers, and a raffle ticket. I spoke with someone who wants to bring some silent auction items.
I saw that.
I'm waiting for that contract to
looked
come through,
amazing.
which is unbelievable. They do all the work, and they would different ticket price items. And then 561 Music came in yesterday, and if all of these things come to pass, it's going to be a fantastic event. So October 21st, it's a Tuesday night. You can go to ampfutures.org. You can donate. You can find the information for the ticket link and also all over social media. So join us for that.
And one of the things that Dawn doesn't say about the $33 is it's going to buy you somebody whose life you're going to help change. And if you look at some of the material we're putting out there from the producers that are putting on the Stuff Just Did one that we put out there, let them tell you their story. I don't want to tell you their story. Let them tell you what this does for them and what they can do and how you can help make that an event that and go with it. Because I'm going to tell you, to bring a tear to your eye if you hear some of the stories that we hear in this place every single day.
And tomorrow we're celebrating Heather and Teddy's birthday. Remember Teddy, our OG?
Yes.
They have the same birthday, September 5th.
You should call Teddy.
I
see
got
if
to
she
call
can make
Teddy,
it.
see what she's doing tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow is Mona Lisa's birthday.
Lisa
Come
smiles.
on out. And let's go and sing happy birthday. And
What about your
everything
mom?
else.
Tomorrow. 23 years ago, I was born.
Oh, wow.
And
The
now look
world
at you.
received a wonderful gift.
There was a crack. There was a crack in the earth. The earth cracked.
Her egg hatch.
I changed the trajectory of everyone's lives.
Yes,
by birth.
we are now spiraling out of control.
All right,
so we're ending on the 2.
We're going to end it up by the same history, a piece on sinful crepes, savory sweet, coming out tomorrow, and join us. And I believe we have a comedian that's going to be there.
We had a couple of comedians. I'm working on this thing. We had a couple of surprises, all for Heather's birthday, so that she's going to actually dance and sing. Come on out and check it out.
All right. Carolina, thank you. Dawn, thank you. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow live at Sinful Crepes. Have a great day.
Don't be late.
This Day in History is brought to you by Fresh Market.
On September 4, 1888, inventor George Eastman secured a U.S. patent for a small roll film hand camera and registered the trademark Kodak. Designed for ease of use by amateur photographers, the lightweight, box-style camera came preloaded with film, making photography accessible to the general public. This innovation transformed photography from a complex, technical process into a popular hobby, requiring no special training. Users simply pulled a string to arm the shutter and pressed a button to take a picture. On September 4, 1951, President Harry S. Truman delivered a speech in San Francisco that was broadcast nationwide coast to coast on television for the first time. The speech marked his acceptance of a treaty officially ending the U.S. post-World War II occupation of Japan. Using cutting-edge microwave technology, the broadcast reached 87 stations in 47 cities. Truman emphasized the treaty's role in fostering peace and building a strong, democratic ally in Japan, especially important amid the growing threat of communism in the Pacific region. On September 4, 1972, The Price is Right debuted on CBS, launching what would become the longest-running game show in American television history. Known for its interactive format and fun pricing challenges, it quickly became a beloved staple of U.S. entertainment. On September 4, 1994, Miami Dolphins quarterback Dan Marino threw 5 touchdown passes in a 39-35 victory over the New England Patriots. The performance set an NFL record for Marino, marking his 18th career game with 4 or more touchdown passes, solidifying his reputation as one of the greatest passers in league history. On September 4, 1995, the cult TV series Xena, Warrior Princess debuted in the U.S., starring Lucy Lawless as the fierce warrior Xena and Renee O'Connor as her companion Gabrielle. A spin-off of Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, the show quickly gained a passionate fan base for its blend of mythology, action, humor, and strong female leads, becoming a pop culture phenomenon of the 1990s. This Day in History is brought to you by Sinful Crepes.
Okay, so how do I eat my crepes? I just eat it like I would like any pancake, you know, you just with a knife, and fork, good old, like, after all, crepes are just just thinner pancakes, so why not eat them like a pancake? And yeah, that's really it. And there's nothing else to it.
Hi, everybody. They wanted to know how I eat my crepes, and they have a simple crepes, a dish called the hamburger crepe. Number one, best thing. It's a hamburger with all sorts of ingredients, spices, has tomato, lettuce. It's all creped up and delicious with potatoes on the side. It is a fantastic dish. Check it out. It's the number one seller. Meet me there tomorrow, and let's enjoy the hamburger crepe.
Hello, I'm Gato. I prefer my crepe to be sweet. As much as I like a cheeseburger crepe from Simple Crepes, I would definitely kind of want to go towards that creme brulee, because that creme brulee was delicious. It was, especially if you get that thing flambéed, because they do it right in front of your table, and I can't even stop thinking about it. I'm going to get it tomorrow. So that's how I like my crepe.
Hi guys, I was asked how I like to eat my crepes, and for me, my favorite is strawberry and Nutella. The best.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.